sound effect. Righty, I'll just wait a moment, make sure that we're all live and we're all good. Hello everyone, it's our new time of 8 PM. I hope everyone's enjoying. Got some initial excitement coming in. We've got Jessica, Mark, who are performing, ready and waiting. Hi guys. Hi Marilyn. Hi everyone. I'll just make sure that we're going, give it a couple minutes or two, and then we'll get right into it. I hope you've had lovely evenings. I hope your Easters were amazing. Woo. We love elevator music here. Okay, we'll keep that going in the background, but hello everyone and welcome back to Isolated Live Theatre. Can you actually believe it has been a month of us doing this? It's actually such a little milestone. So clap and a half for everyone who has performed for us. Thank you so much for joining us as always on these live streams. It means so much that you all come and that you join us and support. My name is Dana Hudson and I'm one of the co-founders of Ethereal Theatre, and today is our Unplugged week. So that means that everything is being stripped back. We are taking everything back to its roots. So today's monologue is all original work. That means you're going to be treated to some spoken word, maybe some poetry, a bit of music. It's all things that, so today we're really lucky because we're going to see some things that are still in development, that are work in progresses, and we'll be able to give some feedback and comment and have a nice safe space for everyone to do that in. And we're also going to see some finished pieces as well. So there's so much to enjoy and so much to get stuck into and dig our teeth into. So it's going to be a really great night. As always, we are in partnership with Age UK, who are bringing this stream to over 7,000 people over the ages of 55. We couldn't be doing this without them. So a big thanks to them and everyone who does watch from Age UK as well. You are loved and you are appreciated. Our first guest of the evening was going to be the lovely GEORGIE-JANE Osbourne. Unfortunately, Georgie has had to pull out today. It's our first pull out that we've had, our first guest that cannot make it, and sadly, she does have very good reason. Georgie wanted to make really clear that she isn't the kind of performer who pulls out lightly and that it's not in her nature, which is exactly why she has just sent us sort of a little, bless her, a little sort of statement, if you will. And I thought it was only fair that I share that statement, which Georgie's agreed to, with you all, so that we have a little bit of sort of background onto why. So Georgie has said, please understand I never ever cancel on any arrangements made, whether it's meetings, sick days or performances. I work nights at a care home and have had a very emotional shift. We've lost multiple people due to coronavirus, which includes phoning 111 out of hours GPs, district nurses, telling the families, having them come in for goodbyes and having funeral care pick them up. I'm sorry I won't be able to perform tonight and I would love to in the future, but probably until when after COVID is gone. The reason that we're sort of sharing this is, in a way we're sort of breaking our one rule here about not talking about things like the isolation and the COVID virus. But when something like that comes up, you sort of have to just take a moment to appreciate the hard work and the efforts that people are going through while we're in lockdown to safeguard everyone, and just the emotional strain that comes from performing these jobs, that they really are the unsung heroes. So I thought we had to share that really, and that it was so important to give Georgie that platform as well, and to allow herself to cover herself in a way with this, because we wish her all the best of luck and we would absolutely love to work with her after this is all through. And I just think really we need to give a big hand to her throughout, and for having the bravery to do what she does every day and all that, and it is really important. So yeah, we'll just give that a little minute. And yeah, I just thought it was really important to sort of say that at the beginning right now, and then we can move on to the fun and the festivities and sort of leave it behind. But I thought it was important to just open with that for everyone. So we will just pop some elevator music on again. Just let everyone vibe a little bit in the comments. Big up. Yes. And A is back. Hi, A. Alrighty. Yeah, do give Georgie some love in the comments. I'm sure she will be coming back to the stream and watching as well, and I'm sure what she did would have been absolutely amazing. So yes, we want to send her our love as well. Yeah. We'll be right up with our first guest, who is the lovely Kieran Faulkner, very shortly. We're just sort of letting people roll in for the day, and then we will be ready to get going. Very exciting. Woo! Let me know how you are in the comments, by the way. Do you have anything that you're doing tonight? Do you have any requests, any ideas for future monologue slam? Even future nights that you like, that you might want to see happen, that we can create for you? We're always up for new ideas. So send them all our way. All right. We'll keep this music going. I'm going to keep vibing. Oh, you guys are great. Thanks for the love in the comments. I'm sure Georgie would be really appreciative. And I have got our first guest with us, who is the lovely Kieran Rogner. Hi there.
Hi Dana, how's it going?
I'm good, thank you. How are you today?
Good, yeah. Surprisingly nervous, actually. I didn't think I'd be feeling like... Yeah.
Don't be nervous, don't be nervous. It is a little bit, I won't lie. I mean, I was shaking when I started doing these, so I do fully agree with it. But you will relax into it. So, I will send it over to you and let you get going.
Certainly, once I get that light out of the frame. Lovely.
Yeah.
So, hi, my name's Kieran. What I'll be reading today or performing for you today is the opening monologue from a play I'm writing called In Retrospect. It takes the story, just a bit of context, it takes the story of the Great Gatsby from the 1920s parties in America to the kind of the queer-friendly club scene in the 2020s in London through the slightly corrupted memories of the main character. So yeah, then that's where it will be coming from. So I hope you enjoy. Oh yeah, and the role of the Great Gatsby will be played by masterpieces by Sarah Daniels, because I don't have a book. Hi. Thank you all for coming. I know this is when I usually share my memories of them, but I thought I'd read this passage for you today. Gatsby believed in the green light, in the orgastic future that year by year recedes before us. It eluded us then, but that's no matter. Tomorrow we will run faster, stretch our arms up farther, and one fine morning. So we beat on, boats against the current, ceaselessly back into the past. It's a bit shit, isn't it? The outlook and the sentiment, it's so defeatist and weak, and I have my reasons. Let me explain myself. I expect at least someone will be angry with me for that opinion. I know how precious some people are about calling well-loved pieces of literature shit. So if you're one of those people, if you're angry for crapping on a formative book from your life, then cool, I get it. But I have my reasons. All I ask is that you listen to me. And if you hate this as well, then hopefully I have you on board. So that's not... Never mind. Okay, firstly, it's not really controversial to call one of the most well-loved pieces of literature shit. My opinion isn't going to change anything. The opinions of one person don't usually outweigh the opinions of many. And even if it does change anything, F. Scott Fitzgerald isn't exactly going to challenge me to a fight, is he? I hope. Secondly, it's in the past. 100 years in the past. Why should the worries and cares of rich people from the 1920s concern me? It's like a sad thing your nan has on a mantelpiece that she brings out every now and she brings out every now and again to the value is more sentimental. The metaphor doesn't work. Let me try something else. It's more a film. Yeah, like a film that you see again and again and again. And people loved it back in the day because it was so fresh and relevant, but they want to see the same stories again. So the producers will make the same thing. But it loses something because it's not special. I don't have a metaphor. I'm sorry. That last one doesn't work because they've literally made films. My reasons for hating this are completely personal. Personal because as a kid, I idolized this book. The story, the setting, the characters, the narrator. It made the world feel different. Like you know when you go outside when it's hot and then it suddenly starts raining and the whole world just changes and there's like a sweet smell in the air. This book made the whole world feel vibrant and new and real, except it's not real. It's a story. These characters never existed. And the more that you realize that, the more that smell turns to stink, to stench. But when you're enduring a world that you really don't feel like it wants you there, you kind of cling to stories for comfort, and that's exactly what I did to The Great Gatsby. Anytime I'd have to hide from my parents, or somebody at school would call me a homophobic slur or something, I would just close my eyes, sit in my bedroom, and place myself in that world. Imagine the throngs of people in the parties of Jay Gatsby, the cityscapes of the 1920s. I'd imagine it with pinpoint precision, thinking that the more that I imagined it, the more that the door would open so I could go through it and escape into that world. I'd open my eyes and it wasn't there. The problem is, no matter how much you wish, no matter how much you act, or how many 20-style parties you throw, it's not going to happen. It's not real. I learned that the hard way. So I moved from it all. I escaped. Went to London. Did everything I wanted to, and what's weird is that when everything fell apart, when it wasn't, even though it wasn't like what I seemed, I still wanted it back. Even though I wasn't sitting in my bedroom anymore, I was on my friend's rooftop after a funeral, overlooking Stratford, staring at that green light from across the city. I'd close my eyes and I'd picture my life of before, and I'd wish and I'd wish and I'd hope and I'd wish and I'd strain. I'd see nothing. I'd wish and strain until I saw a person in a white suit. Not Jay Gatsby, a real person, someone I knew from my past. I saw their smile that I'd saw a million times before. I saw their outstretched hand, and I took it without a second thought. And suddenly I was back in the world of before, back into the parties, the friends, the people, the communities I wanted to be in for years. This whole life, I imagined the excesses, the hedonism, the drugs, the sex, the fear, the anger, the assholes, the arguments, the shouting, the death, the woman stepping out to our speeding car, coming towards her that she didn't see coming, even though it was speeding slightly before. I can't tell it. Sorry, I can't. It's just. But if I can't tell it, how can I deal with it? How can I deal with it otherwise? There's no way to contextualize it, no way to put it in. I'll start my story from the beginning, and wherever I go, you've got to trust me that this is real, okay? So my story starts far from here. It doesn't start in the 1920s or in New York or in London. It starts at the end of the world. Specifically the Swan pub in Lake Placid. Now this is where I used to live, where I used to work for 3 years before I moved to London. Now this pub, it's got kind of a little bit of historical importance. It's halfway between Oxford and Cambridge. So there's a lot of, local and historical importance. So naturally it was turned into a Wetherspoons. And that's where I spent 3 years of my life. Didn't have much choice, to be honest, because of my A-level results. Failed spectacularly. 2 Ds, an E and a U. So uncool, my results literally spelt the word dude. Felt like a death sentence. Like that was it, life over, condemned to serve the same people day after day, observing this circle of life in a small decaying market town. One that I didn't fit into in the slightest. Didn't speak much either. The only things you'd hear me say were pint of Foster's, and we don't serve food past 10, and please don't change your child's nappy on the bar, thank you. The only other thing I could do was just stare into the middle distance, do nothing while the few friends I had escaped to Manchester, Leeds, Stoke-on-Trent, very exotic. Mel went to London. Mel, my best friend, she's good people. The sort of friend you can say anything to without fear of judgment. One that could deal with all your bullshit and call you out on it too. That kind of friend. We'd drink by the lake, smoke weed in her dad's shed, trusted each other with all our secrets. She was the only person I came out to, in fact. We planned to move away together. We had it all planned out. Move into my cousin Amy. Daisy. Moved into my cousin Daisy's flat. It was all planned out. We were going to go there together. I had a conditional offer from UCL, and then my results arrived. That was it. Boom. Life over. She escaped, and I worked in a pub for 3 years. I was lucky to just be there for 3. Every minute felt like an hour, endless standing and time passing. You'd start work at 10:05, work for an eternity, and then look at the clock and it was 10:10. It was ridiculous. The only time I felt happy was when I finished. I'd go out, free my neck from the shitty shirt, put my headphones in and escape into my own world. Now the streets at 4 a.m. when I finished were silent. The street lamps bathed everything in this eerie yellow glow, and it felt like it was another planet. Every side street, back alley, lit up. The wind would breeze through the trees, and for a second it was somewhat beautiful. Somewhat. It's still Leighton Buzzard, it's still a shithole, but it felt more than that. It felt like it was mine. In my own head, at least. That's where I feel most comfortable, my head, if you couldn't tell. I walk, wander and escape, but there came a point where that wasn't enough. The more I worked at that place, the more I hated it. Hated the kids banging on the gambling machines. Hated the twat of the owner who didn't pay his staff enough. Hated the group who sat in the corner who were from EDL or Britain First or whatever group it was this week. And then even smaller things. The smell of the place, the stupid carpet, the piss weak beer, the people who ordered things over the app, especially the people who ordered things over the app. I'd pour their drink, avoid eye contact, put their drink down as passively aggressively as I could, glance at who I just served and lock eyes with who I just served. Recognize the person I just served. Oh shit. Hi Mel. Thank you very much.
Just unmuting myself there. Oh, well done for that. It's so hard, especially to do pieces that are longer like that without breaks. So big kudos, honestly.
Thank you very much.
Go. It's your time.
Go. So can I? If there's anything else, can I plug?
No. Don't worry. We've got time. I'm just letting some comments flow in. If you have some things you want to add, feel free. We've got some comments flowing in. We've got Jessica who says so powerful, Kieran, with a heart. And Joshua Bassey, who's given some clap hands.
Thank you very much, Joshua.
And Habib, who's got fire emojis going. And Jess says as well, man, I hope it has a happy ending.
Love a good fire emoji. Once the full thing's finished and redrafted, then hopefully you can see the whole thing. So that's the plan.
Is it spoiling it if I ask if it's got a happier ending than Gatsby? You can
maybe a little bit. It's I'm gonna maybe not in the way that you think.
Okay, I can take that. That's
all I can really say. It's only in an early draft. So like, if you've seen that and you've got any anybody else, this is kind of an more open thing. If you've got any feedback or criticism or anything, feel free to be as honest as you want. I'm going to plug my socials at the end. I'm going to leave my inboxes open. So if you've got any feedback, just feel free to message me.
Yeah, that's what these kind of nights are all about as well, is it's getting yourself out there, but it's also getting it back in return from people. So do send your comments, do send all your love as well to everyone. We've just got Mark dropping in saying, loving this simply because I live for Gatsby.
I know he does.
Vicky, who's saying, I absolutely loved that. I'm here to watch a friend tonight, but I truly, truly loved that.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much. And I'm so looking forward to all the other performers tonight. Like, this is super cool lineup, so I can't wait.
I'm so glad. Right, I've got some quick fire questions just before we head on. I know you did these with me on Isolated Winner. But these are mine. So, are you ready?
Yes.
You've got texts or calls?
Oh, calls.
Cats or dogs?
We choose between pets. It's like choosing between children. I have a dog, so a dog. I have a dog.
Popcorn or nachos?
Oh, nachos.
Fire or ice?
Ice.
Gatsby or 1984? I had to throw one of those in.
God, I haven't actually read 1984, so Gatsby, I guess. And because, I'm writing a play about it, so I think I should choose that.
Yeah, really. Sort of pressed too. Okay, we've got some more love flowing in, but I'm going to say goodbye to you now. Take your time to plug away. Plug, if you want to.
So you can follow me on all my socials. I'm on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok for some reason now. all at KE Faulkner 93. That's KE Faulkner 93. As I said, I'm going to open my DMs if you've got any feedback, anything you want to add to it. As I said, this play is still in a drafting stage. It's still very early stages. In retrospect, is even the working title. So feel free to just shout me back. I can take it. Anything you want to do. So thank you very much for having me today, and thank you very much for watching.
That's no problem. Thank you for joining us. I mean, who doesn't love Gatsby? So we're all suckered in there.
This character doesn't, but we'll see.
Oh, it's been brilliant having you. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you very much.
I will say goodbye to you now.
No worries. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Okay, everyone. I'll just wait for that to go. And for me to be on my own. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to a short little ad break. Don't go anywhere, because I'll be right back with the lovely, the talented Rhonda Ray, who'll be with us next. Rhonda's going to be performing some poems and a song, so make sure you're back after this ad break to watch her. I'll see you in a minute, everyone.
Caring for your mental health is important. You cannot help someone else if you are in pieces.
It can affect your appetite, your sleep patterns, your relationships with other people.
I could not talk about my own mental health without getting choked up.
So we know from research that older people are less likely to talk about their mental health.
I don't think that my mind was open to the fact that I might have a mental health problem.
Talking to a professional is the way forward. It was the beginning of my journey back.
Now I can talk openly about my experience.
It's important that you realise that you aren't alone.
And I'm back, and I have the lovely Rhonda with me. Hello. Hello. I'm very good. We've got lots of love flowing in the comments for you there. Coming in, we've got Iman who's saying, yes, Rhonda! And Joshua Bassi saying, girl power. There's lots of early love. Woo, pose away. Yes. Alrighty. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm excited to do this. It's very weird. This is my stage, aka the kitchen. And I'm just excited to share the ramblings of my mind, the ponderings.
That is what we are here for. Okay, I won't waste any more time. I will hand over to you. Off you go.
Thank you. Alrighty. I'm going to just switch off the house lights. I close my eyes to find the truth inside. In some far deserted place there awaits. Then I hear the neighbours chatter. Laughter today. What can I say? I've heard it all before. No such thing as behind closed doors. Here we go again. Listen. I hear whatever through the wall. She's not being funny, yeah? Do you know what I mean? It's exactly the same. And then, aha. Now I start to resonate. It's exactly the same. Once more, I return to the special place. I close my eyes. It's still there. A calm sea. A clear blue sky. She is silent now. Taking time to claim what's mine. what's mine. The gifts given, the ones hidden. I don't want to share. I want it all. I think that's only fair. I want it free. I want it now. I want to taste it. I want another portion. I want a bigger portion, in fact, yeah. I want to hold on to it. I want to grasp it tight with all my might. Never let go of what's inside. And if I have it all, every little bit of it, everything, if I have it all, then maybe, then just maybe, I won't feel the fright in the night. Empty dreams sometimes feels like a billion stars guiding one beam, lost in the Milky Way, lost in a loving haze. How can we communicate beneath the hate? Those were the days when you used to throw pillows in my face. Now it just feels like this love only suffocates. Talk to me. I'm still here. Talk to me. You're still my dear. It can never be the same once the lovers go astray. Just give it up. If you've had enough, just give it up. How can this be love when it hurts so much? When will you see me? Huh? When can I be me? When will our light gleam? Thought we were one team. Let it all go, scream, remember baby, we've always been free. Always. So we've just met, but I've known you since the beginning. Since the beginning. You tried to deny it. You tried to hide it. But you can never, ever fight it. Won't you let me take you there? Let me move you there. I see you looking at me. I see you. I feel your soul's atmosphere penetrate through the air. Now it's crystal clear. I can be all you hoped and dreamed. I can be your darkest fantasy. Oh, and I know. Yes, I know. I know you want to. So come on closer. Yes, closer. And just dance this merry dance with me. You think they've got the power? Even in your final hour, you can still empower. You feel it in the golden hour, in every single divine flower. Freedom is yours. We broke down the city gates. We tore down every wall left in this place. We found the key, but we were already free. Higher power resides inside you and me. You talk about a lot of things that only the eye can see. Who is the eye? The eye that sees. Who is that sees a million, billion, quadrillion, gazillion things forever changing, reshaping, escaping, recreating, making? What is that? What is the I? I can't describe. The eternal, the marvelous, the miraculous, the wondrous, the hilarious. Who is the I that I see? A million, billion, quadrillion things. Who is the I? Who is me? Who? Okay. With no rhyme or reason, with the sunlight, we come back, we return to our true season. Sometimes the words run free. At times they hide from me, even though I know they want to have a life of their own. They want to breathe. They want to be understood. They want to be heard. They want to be sung inside out, upside down. The kingdom in sight. So close, so near. You see the vision so clear. What if we broke through? What if we broke through the fear? A new horizon, a new dawn, my dear. And maybe things will begin to be clear. Who would have thought there'd be days like this, all alone with a virtual kiss, making moves on the IG hits, TikTok and house party and challenges. Who would have known there'd be days like this, stuck inside, but the weather's bliss. I wanna party with my friends in the sun. I wanna feel your body next to me when I'm done. I wanna fly to the planets, see Venus and Mars, God damn it. I wanna ride on a comet, live my life while I got it. Who would have known there'd be times like this? We'd be afraid just to touch our fingertips. What can our eyes truly see? Will you believe me when I say we can bend reality? Who'd have known there'd be days like this, far apart, but we're connected still. I wanna party with my friends in the sun. I wanna feel your body next to me when I'm done. I wanna fly to the planets, see Venus and Mars, God damn it. I wanna ride on a comet, live my life while I still got it. Who would have known there'd be days like this? That's me done. Now I can drink wine. Thank you for listening to the ramblings of my mind.
Thank you so much for that, Rhonda. It was absolutely amazing. Honestly. And the comments are popping off. We've got Kelsey Davis saying, Rhonda, yes! And Iman saying, you better come and slay. We have Toasted Avalanche going, go, Rhonda. And then we have Matt and Emily saying, can't wait. And Habib is giving some big love. He's going, yes, Bray, my little sister. Very sweet. We've got A who's saying, hello, Rhonda. Where did you get your crop top from? It's beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much. It was my stylist, Marilyn Valentine. You can find her in the comments.
Love it, love it. And we've got Jessica popping in saying, yes, girl. And Toasted Avalanche saying, this is intense. I love it. And Saffron is saying, you remind me of my daughter. Thank you for sharing your work. Which is so sweet. And Kieran from before saying, what a gorgeous piece of spoken work. I'm loving this. And Mark is saying, yes, Rhonda, boy. So I have heard that you only started learning how to play the ukulele while in isolation. Is that correct?
Yes, I mean, it has been a
That's amazing
process. Yeah. And I think I got a little bit fingertip nervous then, but you know, whatever. This is it's actually the first time I'm playing and singing.
Oh, thank you for gracing us with your first performance. We've got Marilyn who's saying, "Oh my God, I love you. That's my best friend."
I love you, girl.
So, are you ready for some quick fire questions?
I am ready. I'm ready.
Okay. We've got tea or coffee.
Oh! Did you not hear that piece? I want it all. I want it all.
If you had to choose.
I mean, I'll go for a cup of tea just because it's like a nice warm hug.
Comedy or romance?
Comedy.
Vanilla or chocolate?
Vanilla.
I like it. Books or movies?
These questions, I can't choose. I would have to go for movies.
And the last one, it's the evil one, love or money?
I mean, I would have to say love, because love is everything, so technically love.
Good answers. I gave you some mean ones there, so. Alrighty, is there anything you want to give a plug or a little shout out to?
Shout out to all my homies in the comments.
Yes.
Honestly, I can't say thank you enough. They come to everything I do, and I do a lot of weird things, experimental things, so I really appreciate it. I'm still discovering my voice, my new voice, I would say. You can follow me on Instagram, Rhonda Ray. Yeah, I'm still about doing the production stuff too. Rhonda Ray Productions. Obviously, nothing is being produced right now, but isolation. And also, you can follow me on my new YouTube channel, which is House of Ray.
Nice. I love it. And an amazing voice you have got. So,
thank you.
I will say goodbye to you now. But thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
We've loved having you. Bye.
Bye.
See, we'll get there quickest. Alrighty, and we are going to jump right in with our next performer, who is back for round 2 with us, this time sharing some original material. We have the lovely MARC ZAYAT. Maybe that name's familiar to a couple of you. I'll give him a call now. I'll pop on some elevator music. In the meantime, we love elevator music while I call him up, and then we'll be ready, so don't go anywhere. Calling right now. How's everyone getting on in the comments? Don't forget as well, you can share any of your feedback, and you can perform as well if you'd like to. I am here with MARC. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, and oh, fancy seeing you here again.
Fancy seeing you here again, baby.
No.
I wanna party with my friends in the sun.
I know, it's gonna be in my head. It's like
I
my
love
little...
it. It's such a bop.
I know, it's gonna be like the song of isolation. Maybe we can make it a theme tune. Who knows? Maybe we can.
Oh my god.
Get a duo
House
going.
of Ethereal need to meet up with House of Ray and definitely have a discussion.
Collaborations, definitely.
Mhm.
Alrighty, nice cocktail. Nice cocktail.
I look like a crazy person on here.
You've been sitting back. You've been enjoying, relaxing.
I have, and I haven't even checked myself out. Oh my god. Right. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Are you ready?
What am I doing?
You are doing whatever you have prepared, honey.
Okay, lovely. Right.
Alrighty. Off you go. Take it
Bye.
away. Whenever you're ready.
See you later. Okay, so I'm actually super nervous. That's why I'm behaving like this. This is a piece that I wrote when I was on tour with Bigger People, with a show called Bigger People, with Pentabus Theatre Company and the local group. And so we went to different locations in Ireland and we like trialed it. We tested it out with different audiences. And I wrote this during a late night when I couldn't sleep at one point. And yeah, here we go. It's called Plus One. My brothers and sisters with a smaller circumference. You're already 4 floors forward, less steps to climb, fresh air from the mountain eye line. Yes, it is not your fault. Yes, it is not your problem, but don't unchime just yet. Don't build your walls of defense. Let me explain the unexplainable. Let me explain how I feel, because it is real. Yes, it is not your fault, but neither is it just mine. The subject this time is my waistline. Yes, it is not your problem, but neither is it just mine. Together we can change the unrestful tide. So come on, take my hand, and let's just go for a ride. If music be the food of love, then Shakespeare lied, because food and love shouldn't be in the same rhyme. Unjustified. The subject of food, for me, is crude. Subdued. Food is what we use as fuel. But who knew my battle with food would be so sinful? Managing the scale as a Bible. Undelightful, spiritual, ritual, reciteful. Let me tell you about the looks I receive. It's not make-believe. It's real. It's the looks I perceive. The look of dread. It's clear to me today that fat shaming is undead. But don't get me wrong, I see between the lines. I hear your thoughts because they aren't crimes. They're real. My fat is disgraceful. It's cynical. It's criminal. It's undateable. I agree with you. And that doesn't make me right. You see, our world is filled with hate. It's not a debate. You have to be a size 8. So you diet, because that's 60% of the battle. You huddle in line at Weight Watchers like cattle. You exercise, because that's 40% of the battle. You huddle in silence, worried not to be judged, unloved. Food shapes our entire lives, as clear as day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner shape our way. Without these terms, we may go astray, but my relationship with food is somewhat... I mean, the way I look is a giveaway. Let's not play. So let's get back to your opinion on how much I weigh. No matter how hard I try, I'll always be praying the weight away. You know, I wish I had it easy, that I was one of the skinny ones. Skinny ones. All my life, I've always been the one that has been a +1. +1, +1, +1, and another one, and another one, and another one, and another one, and I'll never be done. To be honest, not only am I the bigger one, but at a young age, my mum was told I was her disappointing bigger son. Playing football, the coach would put me in goal because I was the biggest one. Apparently, I couldn't run. It wasn't very fun. As a teen, girls rejected me, friend-zoned. Apparently, I wasn't fat, I was big-boned, condoned. So I created this facade that I loved my curves and swerves, that my skin was thick. My body was big, but in my mind, I was as thin as a stick. It was all a trick. Behind closed doors, I'd self-deprecate, bury myself in food, which was the reason for my weight. But food was my only true mate. So I ate. As an adult, I'll go through moment by moment. It will always be the same, stress eating, and then body dysmorphia, and then finally, Shania shame. And then around and around in circles is truly insane. As you can see, I give myself enough shame. Just because I'm wearing a facade doesn't mean I'm not in pain. The people around me, the doctors, the strangers, the ones that love me, they're all looking for someone to blame or trying to find a solution to a problem that's not theirs to claim. You see, you may think that you're trying to be helpful, but all of this, it further adds to the shame. Let's fast forward. Back to the look you gave. On the bus or on the train, the look of dread. It's clear to me today that fat shaming is undead. But what you know now that you didn't know before, I already have a fist full of shame, a fist full of blame. It's already driving me insane. Inside, I'm full of self-hate, while on the outside, I'm constantly told I'm a walking corpse. They don't give me remorse. I already have enough force, enough pressure to change, to rearrange, to exchange, to alienate. My world revolves around my weight. See, oppression doesn't just fade. It heeds and it degrades. And eventually outlaid, you inherit this feeling of concave. emptiness. Yes, you heard me right. A big person is full of space. So I hide. And no matter how hard I tried to fill it with food, that feeling will never degrade. Full of food and full of pain. So I gained. So when you have those feelings of subconscious, fattest, distraught, push it back, defend me, be my ally in my war. My battle with my weight, it's long and it's hard, but I know deep down that this is my fate. You see, I'm not fighting against my weight, I'm fighting against my brain. Not to dictate, not to deflate, but to inflate. Eventually, I'll feel truly beautiful. Eventually, I'll feel self-love. Eventually, I'll see my body positively. Eventually, the biggest sun, the plus one, the empty one, will have the biggest heart. And then some. Thank you.
I mean, what can you say after a piece like that? I mean, it's emotional, it's raw, and it's brave, really. And I think it needs to be commended to come on here and be so open and honest about something like that, really. So I can only say thank you for sharing with us. And I think a big round of applause and kudos needs to go to you, because that was beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
And I know the comments are absolutely buzzing
Cocktails.
alive for it. Cocktails, drink, chill. It's over now. You've done it. We have C. Lamar McLean saying, kill it, Mark. And Joshua saying, so powerful. We have Annette Flynn dropping in from a couple weeks ago saying, wow, Mark, that was fantastic. Such a beautiful vulnerability. And we have, can you hear me?
I can.
We have,
I'm sending, thank you guys. Big love, thank you.
and Toasted Avalanche, he says, I'm hurting for you right now. I wish you could see how beautiful you are in this moment. And Siobhan saying, Mark, the vulnerability you show here is beautiful. Such a great piece of writing. Clever, sharp, and honest with it.
Thank you.
And we've got Anna and Jess who are giving loads of clicks, which I completely agree with throughout the entire thing. And I know Jess was absolutely living, who's going to be on later. She said, this is honestly the most relatable thing I've ever seen. Too close to home, man. So good.
Thank you, guys. It's a lot.
Absolute love coming in. I was actually so suckered into that, I haven't given you any quickfire questions, but I will make up for it now. Is there anything you want to give a quick plug or a shout out while I am getting some ready for you?
I just want to say thank you all for listening to that. I don't really have a plug. Thank you to all the people who have supported Isolated Live Theatre. It actually really means a lot. I know that me and Dana have been extremely exhausted and tired, and we're trying our hardest to make sure that we provide this for everyone. So thank you if you've been here several times before. If you're just supporting for the first time tonight, thank you. Please do subscribe to the channel. It will mean a lot. And we hope to keep going with this service. We're having different events for you all to tune into and forget the world outside. So thank you.
Absolutely. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. We've got gold or silver?
Gold.
Superman or Batman?
Neither.
Not an acceptable answer. Give me one.
Neither of them.
Give
Can't
me
you ask
one.
me Marvel or DC? It will be Marvel.
Iron Man or the Hulk?
Hulk.
Flowers or trees?
Trees.
Money or fame?
Money.
Singing or dancing?
I'm gonna say dancing because at the moment it's been like the funnest thing I'm doing at the moment.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I feel like it's a little plug. Okay, we've just got some more little comments just before I let you go for the day. We've just got Tia saying, you guys are amazing doing this for us. So appreciated. Thank you, Tia.
Oh.
And thank you for joining us. We've got Jamtown Films with some hearts, some thumbs up and some fire saying well done. And we have Sophie who's saying an absolutely great piece of writing, Mark. With more clap hands.
Oh.
So yeah, some absolute love going in. Again, if you want to send feedback, I'm sure Mark will be more than open to it, as with everyone. And it's not that scary once you've done it, I hope. So if you haven't had a go already and you would like to try our monologue slams, do join up, do sign up, contact Mark or me or Ethereal, and we can get you on here. It's super fun to do. So.
It is so much fun. I feel so much better after I've done it, but it did feel, every time it feels nerve-wracking, especially when you're performing.
Yeah, no, I can completely agree with that. And that's what it's for. It doesn't matter if it's something experimental or something that you just want to get a little bit of feedback from and just try something out. It's that safe space to do it, which we think is really important. So I will say goodbye to you now, Mark. Thank you for joining us. Bye.
See you later. Enjoy, guys. I can't wait for the rest of yous.
Yes. Bye. Okay. We are going to go to our second ad break of the evening. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back with Lynnae Two Priests, who'll be joining us live from New York. So we can't wait for her to join us. We'll just be back in 1 minute. Don't go anywhere. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Great danger for ex-servicemen is loneliness, particularly if you lose your partner. Probably one of the biggest causes of me feeling lonely was when I lost her. You are then stuck between the same four walls, the same drab television. You listen to music, but you don't respond because you are not in the human company. That very often leads to a spiral of depression if you're not prepared to get out and go out with people. Age UK provides you with a reason for getting out, having a shave, shower, shampoo, clean your shoes, get dressed in best casuals and get out and smile with people. Because you're in company and you hear different points of view, different experiences, it arouses your curiosity again and you want to know about things. You're not just sort of sitting back and coasting along, you want to live. Joining forces, it's like being back in a unit. No questions are asked about which service you're in, whether it was the Territorial Army, the Home Guard, Merchant Navy, whatever it is, get in there and get stuck into them because they're a good bunch to be with.
And I think I have Lynnae with me. Hello, are you all right there?
Hi, yes.
Hi there, can you just pop your screen on for me?
Is it not?
It just be a button that you press. Technical difficulties, everyone. And then I can bring you on with us all. I'm ready. I'm armed for this. Hello!
The settings just changed up on me. I don't know why.
How are you today, my love?
I'm good. The sun's shining. It's great.
Yes.
Because it's still daytime.
We love sunny days. Did you have a good Easter? Did you celebrate?
Very relaxing. It was just me and my cat, but he's I got him some toys, so he's been jumping around playing with them still.
The best kind of days, though. We love a down day. Alrighty, I will let you go ahead and I will see you after for some questions and some comments. Take it away, my love.
All right. How to intro. First, hi everyone. Hope everyone's great out there. I think I said 2 pieces. I have 3, 1 short. Just sharing some poetry that I've written. The first one is just those questions that swirl in your head, and what to do with them, I guess, or maybe not. Sometimes you just have to let them pass. It's called questioning. What if my black does crack, and I'm crushed by the weight carried on my ancestors' backs? What if I'm not good enough to live up to their dreams, and I never understand what Black excellence truly means? What if I think I'm paying my dues by having it rough, and then one day realize I'm just not good enough? And what if I stand on a pillar of queer intersectionality and then realize none of who I am is the real me? What if I strive to change the world, aspire to be great, but by the time I shake the fear, I realize I'm too late? What if I devote my life to correcting my grandma's pain and then realize I spent my life hurting just the same? But what if I work hard, break the cycle, heal the damage that's been done, and then realize everything I hate is everything I've become? What if my black does crack? That was the first one. Yeah, kind of just like what happens in my mind, the things that swirl around, the thoughts that swirl around. I think I was looking at a post of someone one day and just was like, well, what if I don't end up being this like great person? I don't know. Like, is it okay to just live? So that was that. The next one is a love poem, because we all need some love, right? It's springtime. Everyone wants to be, happy and like experiencing being able to like meet people again and, come out of those like the winter blues, as they call them. It's called Te Amo. I want to shout to the world how much I'm in love with you, but I'm afraid telling people will muck it up. But then I remember this type of love I have for you, no one in the world could ever touch. But they can marvel at it. Let it wrap them in magic like the beauty of the moon when it illuminates a Harlem night. Because if I could take our love and throw it high up into the air, it would eclipse the darkness and turn it into sunshine. Like today. Today, I drank in your tears as we clawed skin on skin, getting lost within the fullness of our heart. Watched our love explode as it transformed into rain, then washed over our bodies and cleansed our souls. I can't remember, where was my life before all of this? I think I was leaping off pedestals, trying so hard to fly. Anchored to inadequate, coddling my loneliness, and then you danced over and gave me wings. Words don't even exist to match the song in my heart. If I shouted to the world how much I love you, where would I start? Our love is deep sleep, a choreo symphony of legs tangled like vines, big spoon to little spoon, and when it gets too hot, the caress of your hand in mine. Our love is drunken nights and sloppy attempts at texting, push and pull, desperation turned to verbal stings as we fail to communicate the simplest of complex things. Our love is trudging home alone to lick wounds, but still messaging you goodnight, because I can't sleep unless I know you've made it home all right. And our love is kicking you out and you coming right back, your mouth wording I'm sorry as you hand me a bag of our favorite snacks. Our love is I could never, would never leave you like that. And mine. Our love is definitely wine, but like that good-ish, not the Taylor Port or that confusing label on Sweet Bitch, but I'll take the Moon X or that Trader Joe's cheapish. And our love is a sweet, sticky mess like honey, chocolate, agave nectar, aromas of dragon's blood and sage as we dip our hands into the jar. And just when we think we've licked every last drop, we find more surprises running down our arm. So this is me whispering to you, my world, how much I'm in love with you. Let it plant seeds in the soils that soak it up. And always remember that this type of love I have for you is greater than all the grains of sand ever touched. And finally, sorry if it's like a weird transition. I never know how to end poems. I wrote this piece, I guess if it's a journey, there's like the questions in my head going into like external love and then internal love. And what does that mean? And how do I figure out my identity around that? So that's what this last one is. It's untitled. Disclaimer, I'm pretty sure I took all of the, if there's any bad words in it, but if I slip up, I'm sorry, I will catch myself. Hey, is this Mr. Please don't catcall me. See, yesterday I'd be annoyed, point out the misogynoir dipped in straight muckery, hit you with the middle finger side eye with a dash of smell, tell me to smell again and see what happens. But today is not yesterday. No, today you'll shatter me, rip away my wings, suck me back into your tornado of binaries, leave me naked, lost, bruised, and tender, and I can't call out of work misgendered. Hey, my friend, please use my correct pronouns. I mean all the time, not just when I'm around. I know you think it's just a preference, but preference is simply the preface that heteronormativity slaps across anything that challenges its chokehold on society. And while I want to say I sympathize because you come from a different time, somehow you managed to make the switch from smartphone to dial-up and from smartphone and dial-up to AIM chats with ASL and swiping left or right, from the Twitters and Instagrams and live journals and Zangas and Twitters and the Instagrams and Snapchats. I'm pretty sure you can handle switching your she, her to a they, them. Just talk about me like there's two of me. Actually, no, I'm dope. Turn that 2 into a 3. Thanks. Hey, feminist group. Thanks for the arduous combo about the name and for adding the plus sign to make us all feel the same. But the work doesn't stop there. Because every other post is ladies this and women that and vagina vulva uterus hats. Call outs have been met with the unveiling of your fragility. Tantrums about being forced to switch from ladies to folks and brain pushers and that to activists. Constructive discourse derailed by your tone policing, but I thought we were all about intersectionality. Hey, casting director. Thanks for lending an open mind, for reaching into the trans community and creating this lane of visibility, of casting trans actors to play trans characters, for pushing the envelope the old college try. Just please remember that no two of us are the same. There's no trans trope, no type to fit. Each one of us will look, feel, sound differently than the next. And if you forget this in your groundbreaking process, you'll leave me spiraling down a dysphoric hole while I'll watch Saturday church on a Sunday to pull myself back together again, only to find my psyche rapidly shattering into a million fractured pieces, and I'm not sure where the pieces fall or how to put the picture back together again for the first time. True story. Thank you.
So I've just seen a comment pop in here, which is from Toasted Avalanche. It says, your words speak for themselves, no explanation needed, they're real. And that is completely my sentiment with everything. Again, honest, truthful, and something I think we all really need to hear as well and be reminded of. Thank you for sharing with us today.
Thanks so much for having me. I appreciate it.
You are more than welcome. We've got some lovely comments flowing in as well for you. We've got Saffron who says, I did not expect to cry tonight, but it feels so good to let some needed pressure out. I hope you all know you're loved. Which is so sweet. And we have Siobhan saying, that was great. Life can be hard enough without all the added pressures we put on ourselves. So hear that for sure, which is complete truth. today. We have Joshua Bassi, who's back with some clap hands as well. And Don P, who says, go Lynnae. Vicky Love says, good lord, this is powerful, with a heart emoji. And we've got Jamtown Films giving some more love and some more clap hands throughout. Thank you. And we've got Kieran, who's back saying intense clicking, which I agree with as well. And he says, so truthful and resonant, an awesome job.
Thank you.
And one more, Lamar McLean saying, amazing, Lynnae.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing with us. As I said, are you ready for some quick fire questions?
Oh, okay. Yes.
They shouldn't be too scary. Okay, sweet or salty?
Ooh. Oh, I want to say a combination of both. Sweet. Okay, sweet.
Leather or lace?
Oh. Leather.
Beach or the city?
Beach. Definitely beach, especially right now.
The 60s or the 80s?
Ooh, 60s.
And musicals or plays?
Oh, plays. Sorry, don't want to let anyone down.
It's fine. No one's judging. No one's judging. Mark's just popped in to say, honestly beautiful. Thank you, Lynnae, for gifting us with your presents. Is there anything you'd like to give a quick plug to or a shout out? Anything that you're up to in New York?
Gosh.
On the spot.
For listening. I'm on the Instagrams, as us older folks like to say, the Instagrams. If you want to follow me, my poetry name is Bottress. It's THOUGHTRESS. Or you can just follow me at Lynnae Two Priests. Yeah, thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
You are more than welcome. Thank you so much. I will say goodbye to you now.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. My little double wave going on there. We are down to our last contestant of the night, sadly. I'm going to give them a call now. It is the lovely Jessica Arthur. But as I give her a call in background, I'm going to talk to you about tomorrow night. For everyone who's watching, we are back. Mark is going to be back with me. He's hosting tomorrow because we have, again, Who Wants to Be an Isolated Winner? I'm just going to pop the music on in the background for everyone. Nice and dramatic. We don't own this remix, just for YouTube copyright reason. We have borrowed it. Basically, it's our quiz show, it's our game night, it's our parody of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So make sure you join. We're going to have contestants lined up along with some familiar faces from last week. There's 3 lifelines. As usual, we have got the Ethereal Boost, with which you can skip right past a question. It's 10 straight questions. Make it all the way to the top and you'll win a prize, which is a hoodie. It's an all-in-one blanket, one size fits all, super, super cozy and comfy. We also have the Ask the MC, which is where you'll try and ask me a question and I will try and help you. Don't know how good I'll be, but you can give it a go. And you have Ask the Audience, which is where you can ask anyone in the comments as well to help join in, shout out some questions. Contestants are blindfolded throughout. We make sure there's no one else in the room with you, so you can't cheat. But it's well worth it. It's well worth just having a go. Get some epic bragging rights and see if you are the ultimate quizmaster. Why not give it a go? It'll be super, super tons of fun. It should be really relaxing. Kieran has done it last time with us, so hopefully he can testify as well in the comments. Give it a go. Why not scratch your quiz knowledge? It's going to be absolutely alright. Stop talking. I let that load. Theme tune play out. Hey, hello Jessica.
Hello. So I forgot to mute you. Hang on. Right,
That's
I've muted
alright.
the other Dana now. No, I just have
That was good timing, actually.
Awesome.
And just pop your screen on for me.
Oh, did I not do that? That's very rude of me.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very nervous now because you've made me follow Lynnae, which I feel like was very cruel.
Oh, don't be nervous. It will be absolutely
So now my heart is beating very fast.
Don't be nervous. Take your time. It's a little scary, but you will sink into it. I promise you.
If you say so.
I promise. I will let you go and get on with it.
Cool. Thank
Good
you
luck,
very
my
much.
love.
Awesome. So, so I was planning on doing two of pieces from my show. I have a poetry show that's just finished its last run, and one new piece. But then I was like super inspired by MARC's performance earlier, so I've decided to just do two new ones. So I'm going to start with a classic, and then I'm going to give you two new ones. So this is The Human Race, which is the first poem I ever wrote, and it's the title piece of my show, which is called The Human Race. Why are we called the human race, when in fact we are a species with 100 sub-races and 1,000 more thoughts, 1 billion people and 1 million taught that either they're better or lesser or worse, that either they're lucky or blessed or cursed, they're one or the other with no in-between, and always competing to only be seen in the way that they want, not the way that they are. To push and to push, but never too far. See, I want to show you that I am amazing. To do that, however, is little more phasing than simply to show you my picture or name. To do only this is not part of the game. It seems nowadays to show who I am, I must shun all the others, run fast as I can, because life is a race and I can't be seen losing. But is my position just mine for the choosing? Because others are running quite quickly as well, dodging the bullets to get through this hell. If we never stop for a breath or a break, the race never ends, and how long could that take? We're racing for the thinnest and richest and more, not racing for love or happiness or in fact anything that we hold dear, and that is something I utterly fear. And if we don't want to race, we're seen as a parasite. Get back in the system. Agree that society's right. See, I don't mind the running, but I hate competition. We're also afraid of failing our mission. What is it exactly you want to achieve? And is this something that one can conceive? Or does your dream require more than two hands? If so, stop acting like no one understands. Take the competitor who runs to your left. Ask for his guidance. Stop fearing his theft. With everyone running a different way and no one stopping to help or to play, the race we are running becomes obsolete. And if we can't win together, I don't want to compete. So actually, what is it we're racing for? Tell me now, because I'm not sure. One thing of which I do know is we're not racing for the brightest or bravest or kindest. Oh no, we're racing for power. And power is greed, and that is from something we'll never be freed. So take a break by the side of the track. Keep looking forward and stop looking back to see who you've already defeated. Stop looking at the world through eyes so conceited. Why is it we only care for ourselves, leaving so many others left on the shelves? If to be human we enter the race, can we not join a relay and give up the chase? Thank you. It's like weirdly silent, isn't it? Cool. So I'm going to just do some new stuff now. So this has not been done at any open mics or slams or anything. So like, you know, it might be terrible. Sorry if it is. But here we go. So I chose this because it feels quite prevalent at the moment. I actually wrote it like a year ago. Thank you, Dana. But it's called I Only Work Weekends. So I'm an actor, poet, and I have a side job where I do children's birthday parties, but that is only a weekend thing. So I wrote a poem about loneliness, and it's called I Only Work Weekends. I get quite lonely most days, so I find other ways to distract myself with a wealth of activities that I could be doing. So I'll go to Zumba or read a book. I'll go for a swim or take a look around the shops. I go for long walks. I have long talks on the phone with family and friends until the day ends and he comes home. I'm no longer alone and I forget how it felt, even though I have dealt with longing in silence all day long. But it's okay now because he's home. I wonder how much harder these days would be if I wasn't me. I mean, let's say I was 80 years old. My house is always cold, but I can't get out to see anyone because a wheelchair's no fun, and anyway, I can't get in it on my own. I can't go to Zumba because my hips don't work. I can't read a book because my eyes always hurt. I can't go for a swim because I don't know how, and I can't go to the shops because they're too far now. I can't go for a walk on these knackered old bones. I can't talk to anyone because no one answers their phones. And then when it comes to the end of the day, there's nobody here and no one to say, how has your day been? What have you done? Where have you been? Did you have fun? But then again, even if there were, the answers don't change and the day's just a blur. More pain I can't stop, more friends that I miss, more waiting around, more making a wish for someone to visit, to not be alone. for someone to be here or pick up the phone. And this is my last piece that I have to share with you, which is, I believe, the most recent thing I've written. And this is very close to my heart. So this is like, yeah, we're doing this. We're doing it. This is Gold. In Japanese culture, broken objects are mended with gold. So every scar, mark, and tear I hold are beautiful, delicate, and ornate, formed from a past I cannot create, mould, or change. But would I choose to? When the intricacies are running through my veins, building my foundation, the pain of the past now recreation of my being, the me that is me. A vision I bear for the world to see. A person who stands up nearly naked in front of a crowd I once would have hated, but I will not apologise. I will not shroud myself in lies of guilt, blame and fault, and what could I have done? The truth is, these wars weren't mine to be won. So I'll show my battle scars, vivid and proud. I'll shun those that say I am not allowed to be grateful. Not for what I've lost, but for the gain of my gold, even with such high cost. I once saw these chips as none but destruction. Now I will strive for my own instruction of building the person that I want to see, not the person that others could beat me to be. You burn me and I'll use that flame. I'll light fires the strongest of men cannot tame. You beat me and I will not break. I'll take whatever time it takes and I will rise again but stronger, forging fields of hope longer than you've ever known, an orchard from the seed I've sown. You rape me and I'll form a voice. I'll teach, I'll train, I'll give a choice to those who were too frightened. You thought you'd win, but I'll use might and I won't crumble, I won't fall. With every essence I shall call my sisters, my women to arms, my friends who fall not for such charms, my brethren, my comrades, my hashtag me too, my every breath I will use to become better, to become me, to not be set but set myself free, for I am strength, I am control. I'll change, I'll grow, I am gold.
And you said you were nervous about what? That was fire, honestly.
Thank you.
Well done. And I know everyone in the comments agrees with me. Lynnae has given some fire emojis too. And A has said, you speak for me, Jess. Thank you. George has popped in saying, hello, Jess. Please share more. Thank you. And Vicky has said, Jess, your poetry and performances always manage to tear my soul apart and put it back together in the most incredible way. I could watch you forever.
Aww.
We've got Joshua who says, so lovely. Aww. And we have Mark who says, absolutely incredible. I love your poetry. Preach, Jess. I will insert some clicks again because I completely agree. And Anna who says, this is so powerful. And she also says that she loves your shirt.
Oh, thank you.
And yes, George says he's really enjoying this. And we've got lots more clap hands as well coming through in the comments. Mark adding on, Jess has gone and tipped me over the edge. You beautiful girl. Thank you. So, yeah, absolutely amazing. What a way to finish. What a way to finish. An amazing night as well, everyone. We are so fortunate that every time we do one of these monologue slams, the standard and the creativity and the professionalism that you guys will bring really does blow us away. And it does mean so much for you to, especially tonight, share such sort of intimate and inspiring moments of yourselves with us and to choose to do it here. So thank you for that, everyone. Are you ready, Jess? You know what time it is? Quick fire question time. I feel like I need a little theme tune. If anyone wants to drop a theme tune, let me know. Okay, we've got reading or writing?
Writing.
Yachts or helicopters?
Yachts.
Coca-Cola or Pepsi?
Can't tell the difference.
If you have to pick one.
They taste the same, right? Pepsi's cheaper, so let's go Pepsi.
I like the answer. Libraries or museums?
Libraries. I hate museums.
And better to be honest or ambitious?
Oh god, that's really hard.
I've given you the hardest one.
That's really hard.
Moral debate starts now.
I'm gonna say honest.
Okay.
This is my halo.
We know there's a devil under there. No, I'm joking. Okay, is there anything you'd like to give a plug to? Anything you want to shout out?
Yes, so I have a show called The Human Race, and I performed it live online last week for the last time. It was supposed to be in a venue, but obviously I couldn't do that, so it's been live online. I was supposed to take it down yesterday, but it's actually still online at the minute. So you can watch it for free on my poetry page, which is facebook.com/Jessica Rose Poetry. And the whole show's on there. I am going to take it down tomorrow, though, so if you want to watch it, do it quick. Get there quick. And also I am bringing out a book called The Human Race Collection, which is a collection of all the poems from there. So if you want to buy the book, send me a message, and that would be really nice.
Nice, love it. I will be buying, definitely. Send us over the link. We can always do some promo as well.
That would be so good.
Yeah,
that would be amazing.
Give us it. Okay, I think that's all we have time for. Thank you so much for joining us, Jessica.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been so great, and everybody else was so incredible. I was like, oh my god, I'm last, and everyone's so good.
You were just as good, honestly. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Thank you.
I'll say goodbye.
Thank you very much. Night, night.
Night. Oh, absolutely amazing standard, as usual. A big clap and a congratulations to everyone who has performed with us. As I said, the talent is always so high. As I said before, tomorrow we will be back at 8:30 p.m. So after we clap for the NHS, don't forget, claps tomorrow. Join us, grab a beverage, grab some popcorn, your favourite snack, and join us live for Who Wants to Be an Isolated Winner. It's going to be a heap load of fun. Come have a go if you think you're clever enough. I've stolen that line from The Chase, but I don't care. It applies in this situation. So make sure you join in, have some fun, and our contestants at least need you in the audience. So even if a quiz show isn't for you, please join and be part of the audience. You can actually help them get further in the game, and that's what's so important for everyone. If you are planning to be a contestant, drum up all those people on social media. Mark and I will be back tomorrow, and we are so excited. And we're going to be continuing our stripped down week, so not quite as much content this week, but it's good to have a break, deliver you some quality like tonight. As always, I'm Dana Hudson. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe as always for more of our events, more information as we keep going. We continue to keep trying to bring Isolated Live Theatre to all of you guys. It's so important. Thank you for watching so much. I will say goodbye to you all now. Bye everyone. Bye.